Good morning, everybody. As I promised you yesterday, we're going to create a bottle ecosystem. Now, all you need is a clear 2-liter bottle or a 1-liter bottle or a jar, but you must have a lid or a cap for it. It's essential to have that because we're going to have to cap off the top so that it holds moisture in as we do this. So, what you're going to need besides the bottle is you're going to need to get some dirt out of the yard. As you can see, some dirt. Also, what I did is I brought in some abiotic and biotic things or components out of the yard as well. So the first step you're going to take is you're going to have to cut the top off the bottle itself. Now, if it's a jar, you don't have to cut it off. Obviously, you just take the lid off. So you need to be very careful when you do this. Now, I would recommend that you use a pair of scissors, but in my case, I'm going to use an X-Acto knife. But if you do that, make sure your parents are aware that you're using an X-Acto knife to cut the top off, okay? I just started it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scissors to finish the rest. Now you can draw a line around it so that you can see it's really simple to cut the bottle, and make sure that the bottle obviously is clean so that you have. So now I have the top of the bottle itself. Okay. Now, once I do that, this will be able to fit inside so that we can close it off so it keeps the moisture in, okay? And we'll just put the lid on it, okay? We can actually tape it on if we have to. So we're gonna put the lid back on the cap, or the cap back on the top of the bottle like this. Make sure it's tight, and you're gonna use that later. Now, I have a bottle with an opening. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna take some dirt, and I'm put my dirt in the base of the container, okay? Whether it's a jar or a bottle, you can use a smaller container if you like. And I got some dirt. I've got some rotted wood here that I'm gonna put in, and some more dirt. Now, I wanna make sure that this dirt is moist. Now, I'm not sure what kind of creatures might be in the dirt, but there are going to be some creatures. What I also did is I was able to dig up some worms. So I'm going to take a couple of worms and put the worms also in the container like so. Okay, a couple of worms. Now, keeping in mind as you're doing this, keeping in mind and keeping track of all the biotic and abiotic substances or components that you would be putting in to your ecosystem. Okay, now all this material comes out of your backyard or a park or wherever you may gather it from. So I have some rocks. I'm going to put some rocks in here, and put some rocks in here. I've got a couple of sticks that I'm going to put in. Actually, I'm going to break the stick and put the sticks in. Some more rocks. And now what I'm going to do is I took some flowering plants, and what I'm doing is I'm actually breaking off some of the seedlings and placing them in the ecosystem itself. Okay, these should take root, or they would plant themselves eventually, and that's through what kind of reproduction that we worked on this week. Would be sexual or asexual. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I was able to find a dandelion after it has went to seed. You know, little puff balls that you see in your yard, and I'm going to actually place them. You can see up close, there's seeds, and I'm going to place them also in here. Maybe we can sprout some weeds. as well. Okay. I got a few other plants that I'm just going to put in just as a source of maybe nourishment. So we'll put it in like so. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that this is moist. So in order to make it moist, you want to spray. You don't want to put a lot of water in here because the water may rot some things. But I'm going to take a little bit of water. Tap water is fine. You want to use tap water because tap water has a lot of minerals in it. So using tap water would be essential to keeping this moist and also to add nutrients to the soil. Now, if you have potting soil, you could add a little potting soil to this so that, because the potting soil contains a lot of nutrients. This is our ecosystem. This is what it looks like. It's just a backyard ecosystem. It's very simple to make. Now, what I'd like you to do before I finish this is I want you to make an ecosystem. It'll be due on Friday, and I want you to take a picture of it for me and send it to me. Okay. Now, if you're unable to do that, I will put on the Google Classroom. I'm going to put an alternate assignment. If you do the bottle ecosystem, you do not have to do the alternate assignment. If you cannot do the bottle ecosystem and gather materials, then you must do the assignment, the written assignment. This is just something fun, and hopefully you all will be able to participate in this and create this. Now, I'm also going to ask you to jot down as you build this ecosystem and you send me a picture of it. I want you to jot down what biotic and abiotic components you have in your ecosystem. Now, once we put water in here and I put the lid on, I'm going to have to put it in sunlight. You want to leave it in sunlight. Think about what the reason is that we have to put it in sunlight. Why is sun important in an ecosystem? Why is water important in the ecosystem? Those are some of the things that you need to consider and take note of, okay? So I'm going to put some water in here now, and we will and now we'll finish up with putting some water in, and just take a little bit of water. You want to get it wet. You don't want to drown the worms either, okay? And you want to get just enough. You can watch it seeping through if you have to. Just a little bit of water. You don't want to flood it. And then we're going to take our lid, and we'll just fix our lid inside it like so. And you can put it all the way down so that it holds it like so. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to create its own little rainforest. Okay, so it's going to keep moist, but yet we're going to put it in the sun. It's going to get sun as well. So follow me over to the window. All right, so now we're walking over to the window, and we're going to place this ecosystem in the window so that it gets sunlight. So over the next couple of days, what I'll do is I'll take pictures of it to show you what it looks like, and you can do the same for me. Things probably won't start growing right away, but if they do, take a picture of it, send it to me. So this, again, is due on Friday. You've got a couple of days to build it. If you can't build it, if you don't have the materials or the bottles or jars, it can be any size jar, it can be any size bottle, as long as it's clear plastic or clear glass. You don't want to use colored glass because it'll filter out the sunlight. So having said that, I hope you all have fun doing this, and I'm looking forward to seeing your backyard ecosystems. Talk to you later. Miss your faces. Thanks for the memories.